Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining today. I'm Debjani with Guardhat. We are a pioneer in human-centric end-to-end connected worker solutions. I run ecosystems in the product department, but I've also spent a lot of time on a deployment team, implementing our technology and solutions all across North America. We are all here today because we see the promise of wearable technology to help our organization do more and better. At Guardhat, we believe what's right for your business is doing what's right for your people. So we build people centric technology that connects workers and keeps them out of harm's way while providing the insights to avert incidents and improve operations for tomorrow. Massive improvements have been made to get us from that 38 workplace deaths each day in the US in the 1970s and many more globally to the 15 per day as recent as 2019. However, the rates of improvement have slowed down and in some cases backtracked. I'm here today to show how connected worker technology can and is taking safety to the next level while delivering value to the bottom line and generating the insights required to grow and adapt to the future. Now, I do have to take a moment to share why am I keynoting the Below the Neck Day event at EWTS when Guardhat's initial offering is the smart hat that you see here. This is where we have started, and it still remains our flagship product. It does a lot. Real-time location tracking, AV communications and media capture, worker down and SOS alerts, environmental monitoring, you name it. But the power of human-centric wearable technology in the industries we serve is so great, we are expanding how we serve our customers with new hardware and integrations with other wearable devices, just like the smart glasses, biometric armbands, wearable tags, gas sensors, dosimeters, and more. What we are seeing is the customer selects some starter devices or selection of devices specific to a team, site, role, or a use case. And then once they start to see that ROI, the value of the data, they actually generally go to additional integrations or more powerful devices with a greater array of capabilities. So let's talk through an example. This summer, as you know, many of our customers actually started using our biometric bands for heat stress prevention. We deployed the Godhead Worker Condition Monitoring solution to the East Coast in an outdoor metal operations just this past summer when it was so hot with extended heat waves across the region that just wouldn't quit. The workers wore these biometric bands that track heart rate, core body temperature, exertion, caloric burn, and contextualize this data with environmental sensors and location data for real-time alerts and historic trend analysis. And we got this update that you see on the slide here the very first week the solution was deployed. Now, even though the software and the hardware for this solution, it cost more than, say, a cooling device, connected worker technology means workers don't have to wear a suit. It can actually impact their ability to work and also mess with their situational awareness. This also provides telemetry to ensure breaks and hydration that are taken when and how it is needed. And at the same time, the company can also correlate this information on where more of the stress is occurring, at what temperature, humidity, and exertion level, etc., and actually make their processes and plans to much safer to work in. What this operation was doing is actually moving up the hierarchy of controls. So what is hierarchy of controls? This is what you see illustrated here. The primary means of protecting workers is to better control the occupational hazards they're exposed to via the hierarchy of controls. They determine how to do that. What is the most effective and feasible way to continually control the exposure to risk? At the top of the hierarchy, you tend to have more effective controls. And at the bottom, you see more feasible or immediately feasible solutions. This is a very helpful structure when we talk about how technology implementation can change worker safety, as new technology impacts efficacy and feasibility. I'm going to go back to my heat example and point out some challenges in controlling heat stress at each level you see here. At the top of the hierarchy, we aim to eliminate or substitute the hazard. That can be very hard. Well, we can't eliminate the weather, and you can't always reduce the heat from production processes or, air condition an entire deep pit mine. And at the bottom of the hierarchy is the PPE and the administrative control. In hot environments, PPE can mean wearable garments, cooling devices, whereas administrative controls include breaks every few hours, mandatory hydration, buddy system, the signage, the supervisors, and likes. In the middle, we have engineered controls. We try to reduce the worker exposure to the hazard without asking them to change their behavior. So for heat stress, you might actually increase the airflow or use reflective barriers. So connected worker technology can offer a path up the inverted pyramid. At the PPE level, it creates smart PPE with telemetry and the ability to deliver the messages and reminders to the administrative controls, to the people that need them, when they need them, and for greater impact. It allows more dynamic and virtual engineered controls, like restricting areas and workflows by role, certification, and more. And it provides the data to better make decisions on how and where you can substitute and eliminate the hazards. Sounds magical? Well, yes. And I assure you it is. But then it's not all roses and sunshine. We know better than that. And we don't want to gloss over the challenges on deploy. This is new technology, and it really requires the change management. So most of us here, we work with or for companies that are well into their digital transformation journeys. Even then, there's a lot of production environments that are rural and remote and without Wi-Fi or even solid cellular coverage. And again, workers, they can be nervous about all of this technology and sharing their data. Supervisors and corporate buyers are rightly worried about this, but it's not insurmountable. In fact, we have heard 92% of such people are okay with sharing this data as long as it is used for their well-being and there's some personal benefits to it. There is another issue of IT complexity. And as you know, many production sites and facilities, so there's more data that needs to be real-time, managed for privacy and security, and devices to charge and maintain. This means these deployments can be a chore for even the companies and those who haven't been in the digital journey so far. And lastly, as you can see in the above, most companies are digitizing machine data, which is highly structured and static, and they are better at managing and using that data. But we're actually starting to get a starting point here. The companies that have the most success with connected worker deployments generally have a solid data infrastructure, and they have already deployed and are seeing ROI from the data. They also have a strong culture of security and trust with their employees. But now we need to really add in people. People, the folks that are out there making these operations work every day. They make highly unstructured data, audio, visual, mobile, biometric, etc. Most companies aren't good at collecting and leveraging this data yet. So if you build out your IIoT without consideration for the people that are there, they'll be continuing to be elemental to operations. You are missing out on crucial opportunities to improve productivity and quality, and of course, safety. We actually spoke with a larger automation systems integrator who told me that in about 9,000 projects that the company has completed across smart manufacturing, automation, and industrial IT, the number of times they have been asked to incorporate safety data has been exactly none. That's a huge opportunity. And it's starting to change. We are actually meeting with customers more and more regularly that recognize that IIoT can be a game changer for safety and see it as a right thing to do, both morally and from a business perspective. But it is absolutely different than just hooking up machines and switches and sensors to your network. Companies need to make changes and prepare to incorporate people in their digital ecosystem. And we often talk about the Industrial Internet of People, or IIoT. And it does share considerations and capabilities with the IIoT. Both make production more safe, both work better if they include understanding of where your equipment and people are. Both require a connection between operations as IT and connectivity. And both create information to make better decisions. But the key is how we make it work for and with the people that run these operations. People care about security and privacy. It's not just about how we run them faster at an overall effectiveness level, but how do we make their life easier and their task better and take the mundane out and let them focus on the higher stuff. People talk. They need pictures, videos, context. They need these devices to be ergonomic. And we need systems that know exactly what to do with so much unstructured data. The benefits of IIoT and IIoT are incredibly aligned and should be used together to improve and transform how we work. Now let's get back to the heat example I was talking about. So within, I would say, a month and a half of data, we actually saw 40 proactive alerts which needed worker intervention to be addressed. This is with already an existing standard operating procedure of hydration breaks every 2 hours. They were actually able to look at the data surrounding these alerts, seeing that over half of them came from one particular shift, where it was really hot and humid. Now this team is only using this for seasonal today, but are already looking at how to forecast and adjust plant maintenance, shift activities, and adjust hydration and air conditioning rates. And as this data becomes more integrated with existing operations and enterprise platforms, they will be able to better adjust and prevent issues. And this is where we step in, Guardhat as a company. And we have built a system just to do that. We talk about our solution in 3 parts, and we create an end-to-end connected worker experience that works with current infrastructure and investments and supports future changes as well. So on the left, as you see, we have wearables, our own and third-party wearables. These are built for the workers with different use cases and needs. So some needs hand-free, some need intrinsically safe, some needs display, that's important to them. And some just want nothing to interfere with their works and mess with their situational awareness. We have wearables for all. And we make sure that they do more than one thing. No one likes to go out in the field, looking like a Christmas tree with all these devices dangling from every available strap. So we combine functionalities wherever it makes sense. And again, these devices are built with the worker in mind. They are comfortable, rugged, unobtrusive, and come with capabilities that help them do their task more safely and efficiently. And in the middle, you see we have the Connected Worker, or IIoT platform. This is both where the data is ingested, managed, and alerts are formed and sent to the workers, to supervisors and teams responsible for safety and operations, and to other systems and organizations like quality assurance, HR, and more. Our platform is built to connect to more devices and software to continue the growth with your organization and take advantage of the existing investments. And to the far right, we have applications and services. This includes our Safety Control Center, or SCC, which is a single pane of glass that you will see in a minute. We will demo it for you, where you can monitor and manage your sites day to day, real time, and you can pull trends reports as well. Our mobile applications, they are inbuilt, and we are still developing more for the platforms of the future. Now it's more fun, to see a live demo than what I have shown here. So we will have time for that, and we'll make sure that you head out to our booth for that. For now, let's go on and take some questions.